Hey YouTube, it's Monday, and guess what happened last night? True Blood's season 6 finale came on, and I was a little bit disappointed. I don't know about you guys, but let's get into what happened. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. By the way, you might as well just go ahead and click like right now. Like, subscribe, get your comments ready in your head, and figure out where you're going to share this video to. Love ya. So, last week we had the total destruction of the vampire headquarters of interrogation, or whatever you want to call it. So this week, after last week, Jessica was like, everybody come over to our house, woo! So they get to Bill's house and they're all just having a good old time. It's like a summer frat house party where they're all outside just acting a damn fool, having sex and just frolicking around, and they're just enjoying the sun. And I'm like, okay guys, I hope you know that this ain't gonna last forever. You might want to, rethink all this sunbathing and what have you. But everybody's having fun. Pam is a little bit, butthurt or upset because Eric left her. And, Tara comes over and is just like, you know what? Stop brooding over Eric. Just enjoy the fact that we're in the sun and everything like that. And she's like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going, but you watch over Willa, because Willa is Eric's progeny now. And I guess Pam feels some responsibility for her. Even though Eric isn't her maker anymore, but whatever. So that's what happened. Pam flies off. Didn't know she could fly, but that's cool. Inside of the house is Bill Compton, and he's looking out the window, and he's just kind of like not really feeling all the shenanigans that are going on. Jessica comes up, and he's basically saying, I think that because, they drained the fuck out of me, I think all my Lilith blood is gone, and I think that I'm fully Bill Compton again. And of course, with this, means that he has these feelings for Sookie again, and he thinks about, the ultimatum that was given to her by Warlow, and how she's, basically forced to marry him now. And so Bill feels a certain kind of way about that. He feels guilty, I guess. And he wants to, try to stop it, right? Jessica urges him to stop it. You told me to keep your humanity in check, so you have to go and save her. So anyway, back onto the fairy plane where Warlow is. He's all getting shit ready for the reception, or for the wedding or whatever, making it all pretty and stuff. And this bitch Sookie is gonna tell him, well, you know what? How about we just date? And he's like, okay, you got to be kidding me, right? And she's like, well, we have to make sure that everybody likes you. All my friends like you, and everybody in Bon Top likes you, and all this stuff. We should date for a couple of months before we commit to this. And of course, this is after, he agrees to drain himself for her vampire friends that he don't even give a fuck about. So it's like, I'm with Warlow here. That's not fair, okay? I helped you out. I held up my end of the bargain, so come on. Come on, whore. What changed in 4 hours? That was the funny part, where she was like, so much has changed now. He's like, what changed in 4 hours? But anyway, the true Warlow comes out, which I totally don't blame him. He is like, who the fuck do you think that I am? And he slaps the shit out of her, chokes her, and then he ties her up to the tree and is like, you know what? I've been waiting like 5,500 years to marry you. And yeah, I was just gonna totally fuck you and drain you of your blood and everything. But now, it's another story. So back on the human plane, Bill gets in touch with Jason and Jason's new vampire boo, Violet, who I love, by the way. And Bill's basically telling her, Warlow is with Sookie and they're about to get married. He's going to make her a fairy vamp and we have to stop him. And Jason's like, yeah, that vamper killed my parents. That's a horrible accent, but you get it. So Jason's like, yeah, let's do this. But the only way that they can get into the fairy plane is through a ferry. So they decide to go get Adeline, whatever Andy's little fairy daughter, the survivor. They go and get her. Andy decides that he's going to come also. They go to the fairy plane and, like, nobody does shit. Bill does try to stake Warlow with the wooden stake, but it doesn't work on Warlow because he's fairy, I guess. And so everybody's just, trying to kill him. They finally get Sookie and take her back to the plane, but then Warlow flies off and he's on the human reality plane now, and he goes to Sook's house. And Violet and Jason are there, and again, they don't do shit. We get up into Sookie's bathroom, and Warlow is there, and he's, about to eat her or whatever. And then all of a sudden, Niall comes out from that little weird realm thingy, and it's like, okay, Niall, where have you been for the past 4 or 5 episodes, though? We totally forgot about you. And what perfect timing for you to come at this time to hold Warlow back. And then Jason stakes Warlow, and I guess because Niall is holding him back into this, portal or whatever, I guess that makes a difference, because I swear Bill staked him before and it didn't do shit. I don't understand why Jason doing that ended him, but he died. Warlow is dead. And I was so pissed about that, because haven't we been watching this whole season to, see how this develops, and then the writer is just like, okay, we'll just kill him off. It'll be fine. No, not fine. I was very upset about that. The least they could have done was, leave the Warlow Sookie thing as a cliffhanger, and we could explore it a little bit more in season 7, because I was really interested in this. And am I really the only one that's interested in Sookie's fairy powers, which I feel like we haven't really got that much of an explanation for yet, season 6. But anyway, he's dead, right? So 6 months later, I can't even begin to tell you what the fuck was going on 6 months later. Somehow Sam Merlotte is the mayor of Bontemps, which is so weird to me, because who becomes a mayor in 6 months? Like, where they do that at? I don't understand that. It would have been more realistic if Sam had been thinking about becoming the mayor before the 6-month jump, if he had started a campaign to become a mayor. It just seemed like he didn't have any thoughts of becoming a mayor, and then all of a sudden, 6 months later, he is one. I have to be honest, though, I was so pissed off about the Warlow thing, I went on to Google Plus's True Blood Circle and started typing, so I wasn't really paying attention. But from what I got, is, that there's all these vampires that have drunk the True Blood with the Hep V in it, and they don't instantaneously die like Nora did, because she had it infected right into her bloodstream. I guess this is a slow process for them. And basically, what Sam was telling at this church meeting or whatever is that everybody needs to find a vampire and let that vampire feed on them, and it'll be like their, monogamous vampire partner for the rest of their life. And so that vampire won't need to just feed on random humans, whatever. Everybody's up in arms about this, and I was like, I don't get it. If they were making True Blood and they were just putting the Hep V in it, why don't they just make the True Blood and not put the Hep V in it? That didn't make sense to me. But anyway, nothing really happens after that other than this weird scene with Tara's mom, Letty Mae. And Letty Mae is just like, I apologize for being such a horrible mother to you. There are times where you didn't eat, and that's my responsibility, so feed on me. Feed on me. And Tara feeds on her. All right, Sookie's with Alcide. Now, Alcide. I was a little upset with this. This is something that I wanted to happen maybe around season 3 or season 4. But can Alcide really be that dumb? I mean, this bitch has ditched you so many times over the course of this show. For Bill, for Eric, for Warlow, for all these other vampers. So, I mean, that kind of shows me that she doesn't really care about you and that you are the last resort. Because we already saw that last episode that she went to Sam trying to work out something as a last minute resort. And so basically, Alcide, you're like fourth or fifth in line. And you are way too attractive and way too cut and just way too dreamy to accept being fourth or fifth best. I'm just going to say that, okay? I'm sure some fans are happy, but I wasn't happy about that. You know, Bill comes later to Sookie and is like, I want you to be, let's be in the monogamous vampire type thing. And I guess she tells him no. Wasn't paying attention. At the last minute, though, we get this brood of vampire zombies. Is all I can say is what they are. Like I said, I wasn't paying too much attention towards the end because I was pissed. But I still have it on DVR, so I'm going to watch it tonight. But I guess these are the Hep V vampires that are like almost dying, that are going to wreak havoc on Bon Temps. Look, it's probably about the time for True Blood to end. So maybe next season will be the last season. I'm sorry, but this season finale sucked. And this season was good. I enjoyed this season, but the season finale was just so... I was just so mad. It's like, that's really how you're going to wrap up the Warlow storyline? Really? Well, I mean, it's not like... And somebody on Google Plus was saying, you know, with Mary Ann and with Antonia and Marnie... And, you know, a couple other seasons, we've introduced a bad guy at the beginning of the season, and then we kill him or her at the end of the season. So it's, you know, nothing. But, in my opinion, since Warlow has so much to do with Sookie and her history and the Stackhouse history and everything, this was a bigger story. This wasn't just the villain of the season. This was a bigger story. So, really, you're just going to kill him off like that? Really? And like that? I mean, it wasn't believable to me because Bill already staked him and nothing happened. I'm just going to let it go. Season 6 was pretty good, but this finale I wasn't feeling, okay? And I'm pretty pissed about it. I was not feeling this finale at all. And there's not even anything that I can say that I want to see in season 3 other than Jason and Violet, because I like this relationship so far. I'm digging it. I think that they're well matched, and he was like, oh, 6 months later he was like, you know what? I've gone down on you 178 consecutive nights. When am I gonna get something? She's still, you know, leading him on. But I like the relationship so far. I don't know why. It's sick and twisted, and I don't know. I think it'll be good for Jason. But that's it, you guys. I was very disappointed, but you know, sort of glad that this season is over with. At least we got to some resolution with the Warlow Sookie storyline. Oh, another thing that tripped me out on True Blood was 6 months later, Adeline is still a teenager. She's still 16. So, what? In 2 weeks, they go from being infants to toddlers to teenagers. And then a whole 6 months later, she's still the same. I didn't get that. But, whatever. And, that's it. So, again, like this video. Comment, please. Subscribe to my channel and share it on Twitter and IG and all that stuff. All right, peace.